And if your house isn't rocking yet, it soon will be as the Cats make their way out onto Football Park in front of a huge crowd, and they're still pouring in for this all-important second semi-final between this side, Geelong with big Stephen King, the big number one 18-year-old leading them out, Barry Stoneham there also, and the boys are pumped after a disappointing week last week. They are out for revenge tonight. Hello everyone and welcome again to Footy's home ground. Yes, you're with the best here on 7 for this all-important second semi-final. The crowd already going berserk, waiting with great anticipation the outcome of this clash. The Adelaide Crows about to make their way out shortly. The town has been building up quietly during the week, but now they're really starting to growl as Bob Hammond leads his chargers out. Malcolm Blight, a short time ago, had a few words to say with our boundary rider, Neil Curley.
Well, now, looking back at last week, you would have had to have been pleased with the commitment and the work rate of the players.
Yeah, so it was certainly a notch up probably from the previous month, and I guess tonight we'd have to even lift that again because Geelong were better performed throughout the year.
That was going to be my next. Do you think you can lift it?
Well, look, I think we can. You know, we were pretty confident after last week that we could actually do it and match them here at home. And it's going to be a bit slippery, so I mean that just throws another equation in the whole thing.
Has Malcolm Blight changed any coaching strategy since the Geelong days?
Not many, Neil, no. I mean, there's a couple of things that you've just redefined about yourself and the way you like to see footy, but generally speaking, I don't think the basis has changed from when I first pulled on a boot all those years ago.
And have you been pleased with this week's preparation?
Yeah, it's been good, actually. It was quite early, but I thought Friday night was terrific. Our training really sharp.
Good luck, all the best.
Thanks, Neil.
Here's two of South Australia's favourite sons, Malcolm Blight, speaking there with our boundary rider, Neil Curley. Well, of course, the Cats, as I said, had the opportunity last week to set up a spell. It wasn't to be. So what about the challenges this week for Gary Ayres and his team?
In any game, the midfield's important, but certainly more so in a final. I think the skill factor is always very, very important. You know, and I'd like to think that, you know, we've upped our skill level this year with a lot of hard work. And I think the other thing is adjusting to the pressure that finals football's all about. You know, the basic fundamentals of the game don't change. It's just that extra pressure that comes onto the group now. And, you know, we had some of our kids get a taste of it last week, and they'll be much better for having that and experiencing that, because as much as you tell them what it's like, until they really do experience it, they won't know. And we'd like to think that's a positive for our group this weekend.
Geelong's been out on the ground now for at least a couple of moments, and the Adelaide Crows making their way out now. Listen to the roar from this Crow crowd. Moment of truth for Mark Bickley and his men. If they're not pumped after that entrance, they never will be. Nigel Smart, Kim Costa, Tony Modra. The rain has come and gone. It won't affect the star full forward who is looking to get back into the big bags of goals. Joining us tonight, a man who polled more votes than anyone else back in 1988 for the Brownlow medal, Gerard Healy, and you're a man who's pumped as well. Welcome, Gerard.
Yes, thank you, Sandy. I'm looking forward to this match. I think Geelong are going to really give a good account of themselves. Disappointing last week, naturally, and they'll need to change their style of play a little bit, particularly if it comes down, the rain that is, a little bit harder. It has been raining all afternoon, as we know, but it has cleared temporarily. But Geelong, I think, not without some chance, but you'd have to favour the Crows, and you're right. Wouldn't that reception pump you right up?
The ground looks an absolute picture. More on that shortly. Let's have a look at the lineup. Just the one change. Trent Orman-Allen after that broken jaw coming back.
Yes, interesting selection by Malcolm Blight. Hasn't played for 6 weeks. Didn't play in the Sandful. So straight in. One suspects he'd have a job to do, maybe tagging the likes of, say, a Michael Mansfield if he goes forward, or perhaps Peter Riccardi. But bad luck to Tyson Edwards. But if you have a look at their key individuals, you'd say it'd be Nigel Smart, his run from the back line, or even if he plays on the wing today, or Matthew Rodram and Darren Jarman, as Malcolm Blight pretty coolly comes across. Johnny Barnes, what a great player, and he'll have to go forward. But the half-back line, their most important line, the Crows.
What about Geelong, Jared? No Hall, no Lynch. Can they kick enough goals?
Well, they may have to make some structural changes. Peter Riccardi's been struggling midfield, so don't be surprised to see him go forward. Tim Hargraves has come in. We'll probably start in the forward pocket, Michael Mansfield, and I think John Barnes also to start up forward. But their midfield must dominate here tonight if they are to win, and also they must kick some goals.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Australian Football League and Coca-Cola welcome you to the second semi-final here at Football Park. Would you now please be upstanding for the playing of the National Anthem.